more than welcome. I invited it to you as well. I'm not sure how busy you are. You are literally the walking embodiment of becoming a professional day trader. I was flexing on the room and mentioning that we have our kind of inner circle of folks that happen to all have that kind of reputation and those receipts. And it's a different energy, right? And we try and bring that same kind of energy to the folks here and the 99% of folks that are still struggling, right? Like being a part of I think you would technically be part of the 3% of the 8%, right? That not only reaches payouts, but then reaches payouts consistently, right? Within the prop firm model, but actually being successful and able to manage a large amount of capital and yourself within the markets and you're a professional decision maker. So anyway, Paladin, bro, I'd love to get your 2 cents on what you might recommend towards becoming a professional.
What's going on, kid? It's been a while.
My God, dude, I've been balls fucking deep. Let me just tell you, I got to mute the damn Telegram channel, and I've been balls deep in the charts,
man. We've been
in my
active
own
on there, and
shit.
like you haven't responded in a while. It's been busy,
Dude. It's only because like I'm really really focused right now, and some of us call it a rabbit hole, and a rabbit hole is kind of when you're lost. I'm not lost. I'm in a fucking zone. So
man. I'm so glad to hear that, man. You really leveled up since the last time we had that little retreat at Kyle's place.
no
And look,
doubt,
we have
bro. I
500 people
have
on this
because
call.
I followed y'all's advice, and I've associated. I mean, I'm doing exactly what you, Omar, and Kyle told me I should do while we are at the picnic table and hanging out. And then I talked to Casper and Kimmel and Riz and everyone else in our own little kind of group, and I'm just trying to assimilate all of that alpha, and I'm focused on executing and proving it to myself. And we're all here doing the same thing. And that's what I like saying is I'm on Front Street with the host tag, but I'm just like everybody else here, man. And we're all the same. We're all in the same boat. So anyway, bro, how about you? You've leveled up too, man. I mean, how are things going? You still on this world traveler tip?
Before we get on that, I just want to say it is actually pretty crazy how, like, my first 3 years of trading, I was just like by myself alone. I didn't have any trader friends. And then just the past year in 2022, I now have so many trader friends. And it's just like being surrounded by other great traders, it really like improved my trading as well. Like it opened my mind, like knowing Riz with his psychology, his mindset, and Kyle JCab with him now is just like he motivated me to get on that hedge fund, that track record route. And we were just talking about how to become a professional trader. And for me personally now, the way I view it for any new traders is they start off trading, they learn a strategy, spend the first 6 months to a year learning a strategy, gain some experience, whether it's a demo account or just you can even trade like a small prop firm challenge, maybe a 5K, and test it out to see if you're ready. And then after you have that the first step of having a little experience, having a system, having your strategy, then the next step should be the prop firm. Nowadays, like what we've seen with the skills funded trader data is that a lot of traders they just start a challenge and then majority of them blow it in their first week. Like, how do you blow a challenge in the first week? So the main issue is people need to gain experience. They need to gain experience before they start the prop firm route. And if you look at all the great traders, like if you look at all the traders making money with prop firms, they're not when they started, they're not blowing their challenges, they're not over leveraging. They all have a proper risk management. And then once you're finally able to get profitable with prop firms, which is a very, very low percentage, because I believe that just the risk management, just the psychology part takes years to develop. You need experience for that. But once you're done with the prop firms, once you prove to yourself that you have a system that's profitable, then you can go on to the third step, which is the hedge fund, which is the track, which is building a track record, looking to become an actual professional day trader. For me, that's like the end goal to work for to work for like private capital, private investments instead of retail prop firms. So yeah, that's the three steps to become a professional day trader. It's gonna take years. Like I don't think it's possible. I mean, it's very very unlikely, but I think this takes years to become a consistently profitable trader, to become a professional day trader. This is not a get rich quick scheme. And it's a very, very hard industry to be successful in.
Bro, I couldn't agree more. And I want to add, surrounding yourself with like minded individuals by finding success and emulating it, I think is so, so, so important. I know you and Kyle have your own room. I know you guys have your own kind of coaching service. And I just want to plug KP real quick. I want people to know if they want to become successful and profitable, they need to affiliate and associate themselves with folks who are. And I know you've created that. I know you've created that community, and you probably wouldn't even throw that out there too much, but I want to be the guy that puts that on Front Street. What KP is doing for future prop firms is really helping provide analysis. It's talking about coaching, it's talking about risk management, and kudos to you and your community and all the things you're doing, bro. So I
Man,
just wanted to give you props on that.
I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. But
I
it's
know,
funny
but I want
because
to do it, bro.
it's funny because I'm learning a lot myself. Like I didn't expect that because for me, I studied ICT's 2017 course, and from there on, I was just profitable. I was just using my simple model. I didn't really look into the 2022 or the latest like videos just because I'm profitable like right now as it is. But then just looking at like sometimes I'll hop on Kyle or JCap's videos. I'll watch like how did he catch this move, and I did not place any trades today. And I'll just learn like I'll start learning these new concepts, which when I added on top of my model, it made me even more profitable. Like I was able to find like good entries, and just by like I said, just by being surrounded by other traders, other great traders, like it really levels up your trading.
I love hearing that, bro. And I think talking about the levels, that there's levels in this game is super uber extra important. Everyone's on their own different level. And we talk about finding a model, creating a framework, having a consistent system. We talk about risk management. We talk about successfully reaching payout on these unlimited times with the prop firms. And then leveling up even further, we're talking about having a third party analytics that's capturing your trades and how you operate within the market so that you could then utilize that like a report card and hand it to these
Exactly.
firms and say, this is my track record. And they're like, oh, word? That's
Yep.
your track record? Well, we've got folks that would like to invest in your strategy. That is a hedge fund. Hedge funds typically are a trade desk. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, a trade desk is typically you're putting up some form of capital for your trade desk, similar to the prop firm model. And then that hedge fund is saying, we will take your capital, we will compound it, we will leverage it, and you will then manage a set lot amount based off of your trade desk size. And if you're successful as you're successful with your strategy, then there are milestones and markers to where your capital allotment increases. Now, those are levels to the game. Paladin's just described it. Riz has just described it. And we're a collective consciousness of traders, and we're here to get better, and we're here to get better together. And today, specifically, we're talking about how close you really are to becoming a successful, profitable trader with your model, with your system, with your framework, with your model, framework, and system. I think it's so sophisticated, the knowledge that's out there. Understanding PD arrays, understanding high probability trading, understanding high time frame analysis is core fundaments, which are 4, 8, and 12 in the ICT core content 2017 mentorship or 2017. And then the 2022 mentorship model, how to become a professional. There's not a clearer path. There's not a clearer model than the second leg of distribution on a high time frame. Oh my fucking God. If you don't already know the draw on liquidity every single fucking day because you understand you're in the 2022 mentorship model, then you're doing trading wrong. I'm here to tell you the model is so clear, it's so defined, It's been laid out. The alpha is there. And then you've got the coaching, and then you've got to deal with risk management. But you're not alone. You're not alone on these charts. That's what's important. And we got a lot of folks here, and I want to continue the conversation. And I want to welcome everybody that's here to Trader Roundup. We haven't been on for just a little bit. It's taken a minute. You know, for one, life happens. And I wish I could dedicate 70 hours a week, as I have in the past, to the community. But, I got my own house to get in order. And that's just me, my 2 cents for what it is. I mean, I wish I could devote as much time and energy as I did when I was in as much drawdown as I was in, because you guys have been so supportive and helpful, not only to myself, but to each other. And that's super important. That's never going away. We're here. We're a collective consciousness.
100%. Kid, before I pass the mic, can I just say something?
Come on, brother. Pretty please. You know it.
First thing about the capital is that's like the main key thing. The more capital you get, that's always been my goal. Like the reason why I'm able to get to this position was because for the past 2 years, my goal was just if I could get 7 figures worth of funding with prop firms, then just a 1% risk, not 1% risk, but 1% gain in a month, that's $10,000 right there, right? That's pretty crazy. So for me now, my goal is imagine getting 10 million in funding, whether it's through the hedge fund route or whether it's through getting more profit from capital. Then my 1% gain in the month will be even crazier. But I just want to mention that about capital, how the goal should be not to increase your trading accuracy, but just to find a system that works and increase your capital, because capital is everything. You can be a better trader than me, but since I have 7 figures worth of funding and I only make 2% a month, I could make more than you if you only have 6 figures worth of funding. So I believe that capital is everything, especially if you want to be a professional day trader. But also one thing before I leave, I want to say we need to have the market wizard or the future market wizard, JCap, on the call, because there's
I
almost a
already tried
thousand
to get
people
him
on this
on here.
call.
I'm in his DMs, and he's sending me he's the LOL, and he's like, I'm just listening, and I'm just
Nah,
thinking,
we got to
he
convince
is
him
the
because
market
he
wizard. He
has too
took the
much
same
value.
hear me out,
Yeah.
Paladin. He took the same UCAD trade as I did. We were on the phone shooting the shit. He took the same UCAD trade I took. That motherfucker stopped me out, not him, because his entry was a little better. It was on a 4-hour fair value gap. He jumped in the he identified the order block, and his entry was cleaner and sweeter than mine. And mine came back and it broke me even. I didn't even get stopped out. It just broke me even, right? And he rode the trade, and the next day posted very top and then wrote it to the 1 hour FEG. And I'm like, I got nothing but love. But I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm like, you motherfucker, we took the same trade and you just crushed it.
Bro, you don't gotta tell me. We're in the same group, and I see this guy catching the executions, knowing right when to get out, his risk management, his psychology, everything. That's why I feel like he needs to hop on this call because he has so much value to provide. And
He
also,
does.
and
Come
also,
on,
it'll be
Tate.
interesting. It'll also be interesting to see a different point of view from Don because I know he's a scalper, so I know that's a whole different game. But thank you, Kip, for having me on. I look forward to listening to JCap, the Market Wizard, and also Don and all these other speakers that you're gonna have on.